What's good, everybody? It's Thursday for me. I don't know when you might be watching this. Wanted some quick comments on the Cowboys Rams. First of all, I have been a fan for just about 40 years. I've been following the Cowboys, been a fan of the NFL, and I don't recall a time I was ever this excited about a Cowboys defense. I don't know how you can come away from that particular game not being excited about the defense. I feel like we have two units, defensive line rotations, that can put pressure on the quarterback without needing to blitz consistently. And that helps your coverage game so much. The first unit with Armstrong, D-Law, they get pressure. Second unit, Dante Fowler, Chauncey Golston, mix in Micah Parsons. That's the thing. Parsons is getting mixed in with all these different units. They get pressure. It's incredible. And what it reminded me of was, I come from an older school of football, and I remember in the 80s, I don't remember the exact year, it may have been 86, the Cowboys were at the Giants, and it was before the Giants had won a Super Bowl. They were cutting their teeth, and the primary greatness of that team was the defense. Lawrence Taylor, Carl Banks, Harry Carson, Leonard Marshall, and a lot of others. They had a great defense. And anyway, Dallas was playing them. It was in the Meadowlands. It seemed like it was probably around mid-season. It was cold. And the Giants had put the finishing touches on the Cowboys with their defense. And the game was over. The fans were going crazy. The Giants' defensive players were celebrating the win. Jim Burt, I remember Jim Burt dumping Gatorade on Parcells. And that team was coming of age. And I remember it was windy. There was like paper bags and plastic bags blowing around the Meadowlands. Fans were vicious, happy, and raw. That's the feeling I got watching the Cowboys on Sunday, watching the end of that game, watching Parsons celebrate, watching some of the defensive players celebrate. I get the feeling that they're coming of age, that the Cowboys D is coming of age, that they're meshing perfectly, that the team is coming of age. And I hope that's the case, because I don't know, maybe there's been other years where I felt we had something special, but I try to temper those feelings because you always get disappointed. But I do think we have something special this year, especially on defense. And the couple pieces I wanted to add to that, people are still looking at Dallas, this team, as individuals. You hear people, Zeke only averaged 3 whatever per carry. Pollard is so much more explosive. Diggs gave up, 2 big plays. Cooper Rush only threw for 100 and something yards, etc., etc. all that is true, but this team is now to a place where they carry one another. So I don't necessarily care what Zeke's yards per carry was. When you look at Zeke plus Pollard, ran for damn near 200 yards combined. And what gives them the ability to do that is the other guy, right? So Pollard comes in fresh because Zeke handles the carries that he handles. So they play off of one another, right? The offensive line has some weaknesses. Maybe they can't pass protect Aaron Donald, but we only threw the ball 16 times. So Zeke's 3.8 yards per carry, maybe they're just enabling us to do that. Diggs. Yeah, Diggs gave up a couple big plays, but the reason that our corners are able to play man-to-man, most guys, you can't cover NFL wide receivers man-to-man for long. The reason we're able to do that is because we have this insane pass rush that gets to the quarterback in just a few seconds. This is becoming a true team that and it's time to stop looking at it as individuals. And Diggs didn't give up a touchdown, the defense did. The scheme gave up a touchdown, right? Zeke didn't run for 3.8 yards per carry. Obviously he did, but Zeke didn't do that. As a team, we ran for 7 yards a carry or whatever we ran for when you average in Pollard's numbers. That's what we did. That's what this team did. It's obviously, I think it's now first 5 games, no team scoring more than 20 points. Have not allowed more than 1 touchdown in a game. Have played Tampa, lost, but I've also played both Super Bowl participants and won. Have the hottest and best team in the NFC, our biggest threat and rival in the NFC as I see it right now. It's not Tampa, it's not Green Bay. It's Philly. Cardinals are 2-3. The 49ers look good, but they've lost some pieces on defense. I think right now the Eagles are the team to beat, and we have an opportunity to do that this week. I will say this. I've talked about running the football and playing defense as a formula for success. We can't throw for 100 yards. Gonna have to get more than 10 first downs because that defense, if that defense is on the field too much, they're gonna, I think they would get worn down and not be as effective. So we need to start getting first downs. I don't think we come out versus the Eagles. Well, I think what we saw versus the Rams was game flow. When you get a lead and your defense is playing that good, you can run the ball. So if we get a lead on the Eagles and our defense is playing that good, we may only throw the ball 16 times. But if we're behind, if it's a close game, we're gonna have to throw the ball more. We have to get first downs, if only to keep the Eagles' offense off the field and to keep our defense fresh. But I think it's obviously a winnable game in Philly. I definitely respect what Philly brings to the table, but I'm curious to see how we do in this litmus test. And I'm not going into this game thinking it's, doesn't matter if we win or lose. Our backup. No, I think we go in here thinking we're going to win. We're going to win this football game. I heard Jason Peters is back. I know Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence are both dinged, but from my understanding, they will play. Dak is not going to play, from what I heard. We're going to get Cooper Rush. Honestly, see how this week plays out. If we win, I don't see why you don't rest Dak. Well, we got 2 more games until the bye. I was going to say rest him until the bye. He needs to be 100% healthy when he comes back. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want half-ass Dak coming back. So we need him 100% healthy. See what happens this weekend, Sunday night. Big game. We got a great defense. Appreciate y'all watching. Keep it real. I'm out.